කරන්න ඉක්මන් කරන්න ළමයි මොකද right මට මේ ක්ලාස් එකේ මාත් මාක් සම්බෙලාව නැහැ මේ ක්ලාස් එකෙන් right යශෝදරා මාක්ස් කියලා තියෙනවා මේ විදිහට ඉච්චර තමයි yes වාද පුතා right අනිත් අය නැහැ දෙන්නෙක්ට හම්බෙලා නැහැ කියලා දාලා තියෙනවා තුන් දෙනෙක් ගියේ එක්කෙනෙක් තව ගියේ ක්ලාස් එකේ කිව්වා එතකොට දුක්ඛයි හරි තව දෙන්නෙක් ඉන්නවා මාක්ස් කියන්න right ආරම්භ කරගන්නේ okay so we have already completed the fifth lesson right fourth lesson introduction to accounting and the fifth lesson accounting equation right so do you have any questions any clarifications in fourth and fifth lesson please let me know do you have any clarification hurry up right okay then we can start the sixth lesson right sixth lesson write down a topic we have a topic එක dual impact of transaction and double entry system right dual impact of transactions and double entry system අයියා ලියාගන්න topic එක sixth lesson dual impact of transactions dual impact of transaction and double entry system. Yeah, that's complicated. Right. Okay, so under this lesson, first of all, we have to write some notes, right? Few notes, right? So let's go. First one. Then after this, write down some topic. Double entry principles. Double entry principle. Yeah, topic double entry principles. පස්සේ මේ ටේබල් එක ගහගන්න හදලා increase and balance. මෙතන decrease. debit credit credit debit ඉක්මනට ගහගන්න. මම කරනවායි ඉතින් ලියාගෙන මේ double entry principles ටික right වැඩේ කරගෙන යමු. right double entry principles කියලා ලියලා මේක ලියා ගන්න. ඊට පස්සේ I write down another subtopic format of an account කියලා ලියලා මේ format එක ටයිප් කරලා දාන්න. I equal කරන්න. right did you do business transactions? Yes, business transactions කරා. right fourth lesson එකේ කරා. right මම කියලා දෙන්න ඊට I know I'll remind you right හරියට මේක දාන්න විනාඩි ආයි කියලා දෙන්න මම කරා විනාඩි දෙකක් දාන්න ගන්න නෝට් කරගන්න හරිද පුතාලා? Finish writing. So, all we are going right? So, in fourth lesson, we did business transactions and main accounting elements. What are the main accounting elements? Assets, equity, liabilities, incomes and expenses. Then in the fifth lesson, we prepared the accounting equation. Okay? So the basic accounting equation is assets equal equity plus liabilities, and the accounting equation when the owner invest all the resources to the business, assets equal equity, right? So in accounting equation lesson, we recorded that transactions to the accounting equation, right? We recorded transactions to the accounting equation, right? So when we record transactions to accounting equation, also we use that dual impact. So this is not a new thing for us, right? I did inform you last days that this is the dual impact, but I introduced you, right? Without knowing or with knowing, you did it somehow, right? We did it. So today I'm going to introduce it, right? I think it's nothing to introduce you, but I will tell you about this, right? Then talk about කල්ලා තියෙන්නේ dual impact කියන වල දැනටමත් දන්නවා. ඔයාලා දැනටමත් දන්නවා මොකද්ද මේ dual impact කියන්නේ කියලා. Right? දැන් බලන්න, let's say in last lesson, right? Last lesson we prepared accounting equation, right? So I'll give you one example, right? This one, let's say owner invested 100,000 cash to the business. Then how assets equal equity plus liabilities. Owner invested 100,000 cash to the business means cash in the business increasing 100,000 cash, as well as who invested this 100,000? Owner invested. Then owner share also increasing 100,000 as capital. I hope you remember. Am I correct, Puthala? Am I correct? Right. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you for feedback. Right. Okay. Then we use the dual impact here. What is the dual impact here? Cash in the business increasing. Right. On the other hand, owner share of equity in the business also increasing. This is the dual impact. There are two impacts. The first impact is cash asset in the business increasing, as well as equity in the business, capital equity in the business also increasing. This is the dual impact. Tell me before that, have you learned Sir Isaac Newton's theories in science? So Isaac Newton's theories. There are three main rules. Isaac Newton's නියම තුනක් ඉගෙන ගන්න තියෙනවද? සයන්ස් වල කරලා තියෙනවද මේ වෙද්දි? Someone tell me. Have you learned that Isaac Newton's theories? Oh, යන්නකො කවුරු හරි. There are three rules. ඒකේ third rule එක මතකද? තුන්වෙනි rule එක. ඉගෙන නැති ඈත් ඒ සමහරක් විතර. Yes. ඉගෙනගෙන තියෙනවා. මොකද කියන්නේ? Points and memory. Activity.
සෑම ක්‍රියාවකට දිශාවෙන් ප්‍රතිවිරුද්ධ ප්‍රතික්‍රියාවක් ඇත.
Yes. Very good. නියමයි. සෑම සිංහලෙන් කියන්නම්කෝ. සෑම ක්‍රියාවකටම සමාන වූත් ප්‍රතිවිරුද්ධ වූත් ප්‍රතික්‍රියා දෙකක් ඇත කියලා කියනවා. Right? So likewise, ඒ වගේ for transactions also there are dual impacts. Right? For each and every transaction there are dual impacts. Right? Make it impacts දෙකක් තියෙනවා. Right? I think you remember when we record transactions to the accounting equation also, I told you That both side, this is a formula. So for both side must be equal. The පැත්ත equal වෙන්න ඕනේ කියලා මම කිව්වනේ. Right? එතකොට A equal. සමාන සහ ප්‍රතිවිරුද්ධනේ. දෙපැත්තක් සමානයි. Sometimes එක පැත්ත අතන නමුත් ඒකේ cut off වෙන වෙලාවක කොහොමද දෙපැත්ත equal වෙනවනේ. Right? ඒ වගේ. For this for each and every transaction there are dual impacts. Impacts දෙකක් තියෙනවා, right? So for in 100,000 cash investment එකේ dual impact is cash asset increase 100,000. Capital equity increase 100,000, right? So, and I'm asking you a question, right? How if we obtain a bank loan, let's say obtain a bank loan 50,000, tell me the dual impact. As you know, that's not someone, it doesn't matter. Tell me the dual impact, as you know. Obtain a bank loan 50,000. Obtain a bank loan 50,000. Yeah, try it up. Someone try. Try it again. When we obtain a, okay, first of all, let's record it in the accounting equation. What happens when you obtain a bank loan? We receive cash, then cash in the business increasing. Okay, cash is an asset, and assets increasing now my plus 50,000 cash, as well as liability increasing 50,000 as bank loan. This is how we record in the accounting equation, right? So then what is the dual impact? What is the dual impact? Cash in the cash asset in the business increasing, one impact. On the other side, on the other hand, bank loan liability increasing, cash asset in the business increasing, bank loan liability in the business also increasing, right? Right. Cash in the business increasing as well as bank loan liability increasing. This is the dual impact of that transaction, right? So you recorded these transactions to the accounting equation using that concept, with knowing or without knowing. Then again, you have already recorded these things using that dual impact, right? Right? So I hope there's nothing to learn about that, because we have learned it already, right? It doesn't matter, but in this lesson there are some few differentiations I have to teach you, right? For some transactions their behavior is a bit different, right? So today in this lesson I am going to explain you the difference between that transactions, right? Right. As an example, like this, for purchase. For purchase, it is a different scenario for accounting equation as well as the accounts, right? Like kind of, there are few transactions, right? So first of all, I wanted to tell you that there are two impacts for each and every transactions, right? So we are using that impacts to record that transactions in the accounting equation before. කලින් අපි ඒ transaction ඒ dual impact අපි use කරා මේ accounting equation එකට දාන්න. And now we are using that dual impact to record that transactions to the accounts like this. අපි දැන් කරන්න හදන්නේ. දැන් කලින් අපි accounting equation එකට තමයි මේ transaction එකේ dual impact එක use කරලා record කරේ. අපි දැන් use කරන්න හදන්නේ මේ transaction එකේ dual impact එක use කරලා මේ වගේ accounts වලට දාන්න තමයි අපි හදන්නේ. Like kind of this. මේ වගේ accounts වල තමයි අපි දාන්න හදන්නේ. Right? So that this one also very easy, right? But before we record these transactions to the accounts, we have to learn one theory, one concept. This concept we call double entry principles. Double entry principles. In single we call ditwa satahan kramaya. Double entry ditwa satahan principle means kramaya, right? In this double entry principle, we have to learn this. Right? We have to remember this. Right? Nothing to, right? Nothing to do this. Right? Just learn like this. You have to remember only one thing, right? You have to remember only this thing, right? This is the scenario, right? So when you look at your textbook, you can see they have divided all these into 5 assets, expenses, equity, liabilities. But in my tute and my this chart, I have divided these only 2 sections, only like assets and expenses for one section, equity, liabilities, and income for one section, because both these elements behave like this, and these elements behave like this, right? As an example, assets and expenses increasing, we call debit. Right? Let's say when some asset or an expense increase, then we record this in the debit side. Debit side means what? Which side? Or the asset account. This is a format of an account. In this account, we can see date, description, ledger folio. LF means ledger folio. Then value. Then date, description, ledger folio, again value, right? So we have repeated the same thing to both sides. For debit side also there are date, description, ledger folio, and value. For credit side also. Yeah. For this one also, credit side also there are date, description, ledger folio, as well as value. Right? So in debit side means the left side. Always the left side is the debit side, and the right side is the credit side. Right? So here they are saying assets and expenses increasing debit. Right? When an asset or expense increase, it goes to debit. Right? This side. We record this in this side, right? So before we record these transactions to account, I am going to give some instruction about this, how to remember this, right? This is the only thing you have to remember. Like one coming to one and holding, right? Assets and expenses increasing debt. Then decreasing opposite side, credit. Assets and expenses increasing debit. Then assets and expenses decreasing credit. Then equity, liabilities, and incomes behave the opposites. Assets, equity, liabilities, and incomes increasing, credit. And equity, liability, incomes decreasing, debit. Then I think you have an idea. But the other idea, right? Assets increasing, you know, debit. Okay. Equity increasing, right? Assets and equity increase in debit now, if then equity, so assets and expenses increase in debit now, then equity or credit. Idea, you have an idea. Understood this concept? Utala, understood this?
Yes, sir.
Right. So you have nothing to remember, right? Nothing to remember. You just need to identify this only. Assets and expenses. Assets and expenses increasing debit. Then decreasing credit. Then other things extend. Equity, liabilities, and income increasing debit. Right? Okay. Then you already know debit side means left side. Left side is the debit side. Right side is the credit side. Right? Okay. I finished writing both these account and these principles. Can I erase the board? Can I erase the board? Right. Good. Okay then. Let's do one transaction, right? And we have to over there. Right. Okay. right? This is how we do this, right? So in this lesson, we learn two things. First one is dual impact, then double entry system. And for your second term exam, definitely they ask from these question, these lessons, right? Okay, first one, make obtain a bank loan. Nah, ඊට කලින් අපි එකක් ගොනේ මොකක්ද? අපි දෙමු පටන් ගමු නේ. අපි කියමු ඊස් ලේසියෙන් පටන් ගමු. On invested capital, on invested cash, 75,000. So you already know how to record this into the accounting equation. When the owner invest cash to the business, cash in the business increasing, then cash is an asset, so under assets increasing 75,000 cash. Right. Then who invested this to the business? Owner invested. Then owner share means equity also increasing in 75,000 as capital. Right. This is how we record that transaction to the accounting equation. Right. So what is the dual impact of this? Cash is an asset, then cash asset increases 75,000. Right. Then on the other hand, capital equity increases 75,000. This is the dual impact. Cash asset increases 75,000. Right. Capital equity increases 75,000. This is the dual impact of this transaction. Invested cash 75,000. This is the dual impact. Right. So for your exam, if they ask, write the dual impact of this transaction. So this is the answer. This is the answer, right? Cash asset increases 75,000, as well as capital equity increasing 75,000, right? I hope you understood, right? So this is the dual impact, right? This is the dual impact. So we record this transaction to the accounts using this impact, right? One difference is in this system between accounting equation. So for accounting equation, all the assets we recorded under assets, and all the liabilities we recorded under liabilities, and all the incomes and expenses we recorded under equity, and all the capitals, investments and drawings we recorded under equity. But in this scenario, we have to prepare separate accounts one by one. As an example, let's say what happened here, cash asset increased. Which asset increased? Cash asset. Then we need an account for each and every subcategory. For each and every sub element of main elements, we have to prepare an account. Cash is a sub of asset. Cash is a subcategory of asset. Then we have to prepare an account for cash, as well as capital also a subcategory for equity. Then we have to prepare an account for capital also. So maybe we have to prepare both cash and capital account. Then like this, right? We have to prepare two accounts. date, description, ledger folio value. Date, description, ledger folio value. So we prepare one account for cash, right? And we need another account called capital. Then we have to prepare another account for capital as well. Date, description, ledger folio value. Date, description, ledger folio value. This one capital account. So you already know cash is an asset. Cash is an asset. So cash is a subcategory of asset. Then cash is an asset account, right? This is not mandatory to record, but for now, for your learnings, I record like this for now, not only for now, right? Cash is an asset, so asset account. Capital is an equity account. Equity, capital is an equity, then capital account is an equity account. So cash account behaves like asset account. Cash is an asset, so all the asset accounts like cash, if it is cash, if cash is an asset account, then all the assets are, or all the assets accounts are like machine is an asset, so machine account is an asset account. Vehicle is an asset, so then vehicle account is an asset account. So likewise, all the asset accounts behave like the diagram I told you before. So you know, assets increasing, debit. Assets increasing debit, then cash is an asset, then cash also increase like an asset. Asset increasing debit, and then cash asset increasing. Cash asset increasing debit. 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 Capital is an equity. Equity increases, then equity increases. You can see in the diagram, equity increases, credit. Right. This is the increase. These are the increase. Right. So we already know left side is the debit side, right side is the credit side of all the accounts. And cash behaves like asset. Cash, because cash is an asset. So when all the assets increases, it goes for debit. Then when cash increase in the business, cash is an asset, then asset increasing means debit. Then nothing to remember, all the assets increases debit. Then cash increases debit. Machine is an asset, then machine increases debit. Land is an asset, land increases debit. Vehicle is an asset, vehicle increases debit. Like this. And on the other hand, credit on also. When the cash decreases, cash account credit, because it is an asset. As well as if machine decreases, machine account credit. If land decreases, land account credit. Likewise, right? So I think we have an idea about the basics of the behavior of all these accounts, right? So because we can identify it using that diagram which I told you before, right? So this is the transaction. Invested cash 75,000. The dual impact is when the owner invests cash to the business, cash asset increases 75,000. Cash asset increases 75,000, as well as capital equity increases 75,000. Capital equity increases 75,000. Then according to that double entry principles, cash is an asset, then all the asset increases goes to debit. And capital is an equity, all the equity accounts increases credit according to that double entry principles, right? Now you already know about the dual impact, and now we are going to record that dual impact to an account. Right, like this. This is the debit side. Okay. Cash asset increases 75,000. This is the debit side. This is the debit side. This side. This is the debit side. Right. Okay. First, we now know cash account debit. Then first we record the amount in the value side. 75,000. Okay. 75,000. Right. 75,000. Let's say a date would be on the 1st of January. Then date is 1st of January. And in the description, we change the name. We exchange the names of the accounts. In the cash account, we record the other account's name. Here the other account name is capital, then capital account. Right. This is how we record this. Ledger folio means the location of that account in the ledger book. Right. So all these accounts are in the ledger. All these accounts are in the ledger. Right. Ledger book. It is a large book which contains all the accounts in a firm. All the accounts we are recording in the firm, right? So we are using this ledger folio to identify the relevant page easily. Let's say that capital account is in the second page. This one is the first page, right? This one is the first page. Cash account is in the first page. Capital account is in the second page, right? Then for each and every transaction, there are two impacts. There are two impacts. So here we record the first impact. So here for an emergency, if we need to identify the location of the capital account, then it is easy for us to record the page of that account. Right. Okay. When we record under ledger folio number 2, then okay, we know that capital account is in the page number 2. Right, like this. That is why we record the page in the ledger folio. Right. It is an identification for us to easy access for the relevant account. 75,000 in the second page, capital account. Right. Then let's see the other entry. And I will explain you why we exchange the names of the accounts, right? After this. And capital account increases, capital is an equity, equity increases credit. Okay, the credit side, the value is same, 75,000, credit side is this side, 75,000. Cash account is in the page number 1, then ledger folio number 1. We exchange the names of the accounts, then in the capital account we record as cash, and the date is same, 1st of August. Right. This is how we record the both dual entries, right? And now I will explain you why we exchange the names, right? So tell me, can you identify the transaction in this accounting equation without knowing the transaction? Without seeing the transaction, can you identify this transaction with this entry? Transaction එක නැතුව අපි let's say මේ transaction එක නැහැ. අපි දන්නේ නැහැ. But someone has entered this entry in the accounting equation. Can you identify this transaction? Right. I will say like this. Okay, all right. Plus 50,000 cash plus 50,000 bank loan. Can you identify this? Someone? Can someone tell the transaction of this entry? Can someone tell? Put on the game. Someone tell me. Hurry up. Cook, yeah. What is the transaction of this entry? 14. Lamai. Tell me someone. What is the transaction of this entry? Make a transaction. What transaction make? Yashodhara, tell me. What is the transaction?
bank loan 5,000.
Yes, very good. 50,000, right? Not 5,000. Obtain a bank loan 50,000. Right? Cash asset increasing. It means we receive cash. From how? From whom? Okay, liability also increasing. It means we have taken that cash from outside as bank loan. Yeah. It means obtain a bank loan 50,000. Right? So we can identify this the transaction using this entry. And can you identify this transaction this entry? Yes, 75,000 assets increasing. It means cash inflow to the business. Okay, how? Let's see. Equity also increasing as capital. It means owner has invested capital, owner has invested cash as capital. We know the transaction. So likewise, for this one also we can identify the transaction with these entries like this. Cash account debit means cash is an asset. Asset account debit means assets increasing, right? It means asset increased. How this asset increased? In the description they have mentioned capital. It means asset increased how? Capital as capital. It means owner has invested cash as capital. So here also capital account credit. Capital credit means capital is an equity account. When the equity account goes to credit, what happens? Equity credit means equity increasing. We know that, okay, equity increase. Which equity? There are equity means owner's investments. Owner can invest in cash, machine, vehicles, lands, buildings like this. Which equity owner invested? In the description, clearly mentioned as cash. Then we know owner has invested cash 75,000. That's why we exchange the names. Let's say we did not exchange the names. Cash. Cash debit. Okay, cash increase. How? Increase? Cash increase because of cash. Set already. Set in. We can't identify. Okay, capital credit. Okay, as capital. Capital account credit. Okay, capital increase. How? Common as capital. Set That's why we exchange the names of the accounts between that accounts. Understood all of you?
Yes.
Right. Others? This is a very important thing. Utala. Understood? Double entry. Right. I hope you understood, right? This is how we record a transaction into an account. First of all, we have to identify the dual impact. Then according to the dual impact, we can record the dual impact in an account, right? The transaction will have the transaction first. Then how we record these transactions to accounting equation. Then what is the dual impact? Then a double entry. Dagan. Utala, understood? Anitlamai, please let me know. At least you can say drop a message. It will be helpful for me to continue the result. That's what I'm asking for you guys. Because I need to know whether you understood or not, right? If not, then I can repeat it again, right? So please, yeah. Hurry up, Lamai. Tell me when you're finished, right? Putala, finished writing? Tell me. Have you finished writing?
Yes, sir.
Right. Okay, others. I hope all of you are finished, right? So this is how we record transactions to an account, right? So you already know how to record transactions to an account equation, and now you know what is the dual impact of this transaction, and now you know how to record a transaction to an account using double entry principle, double entry system, right? Okay. Okay. Then uh, I will give one question to try. Okay, I will give one question. Obtain a bank loan. Obtain a bank loan. Obtain a bank loan. I mean, easy වෙන්න දෙන්න බලන්න. Investor cash 75,000. ඒකන මම දාමු investor cash 75,000. Then machine 50,000. කරන්න බලන්න. Investor a machine 50,000. Right up. එරදුනට කමන්නේ right? සාමාන්‍ය මේවා කියලා දීලා තමයි ඔයාලට කරන්න දෙන්නේ. නමුත් මම එකක් දුන්නා කරන්න. බලමු කරන්න. Record this. ගාන බලන්න. Invested a machine worth 50,000. I'll give you 2-3 minutes. හරිද? Right, කොහමද එන්නේ? Tell me. Right. These are the samples, right? කොහමද එන්නේ? So first let's record this in the accounting equation. කොහොමද accounting equation එකට එන්නේ? Owner invested a machine worth 50,000. Then invested the machine to the business. Machine in the business increasing. Machine is an asset. Then assets increasing 50,000 as machine. Who invested this? The owner invested this. Then owner share also increasing 50,000 as capital. Right. Okay. Then what is the dual impact? What is the dual impact? Machine asset increases 50,000. Then capital equity increases 50,000. Right. So we need two accounts for this. First one for machine, another one for capital. Right. First one for machine. Okay, then we have an account, machine account. Machine is an asset, so machine account. Capital is an equity, then capital account. Right. Machine asset increases. Machine is an asset. Asset increases. Asset increases. Debit. Capital equity increases. Equity increases. Credit. Okay, then credit. Right. Okay, then you know machine asset. Machine account debit as 50,000. Then left side is the debit side, is the value side. 50,000 as we exchange the name of the account as capital. Let's say capital account is in the second page, then ledger folio 2. Let's say machine account capital account is in fourth page, then ledger folio 4. Let's say this one is in the third page. Right, like this. Date is second or first. Right. Then capital account credit. This is the capital account, credit means this side, then 50,000. Right. Description, exchange the name, machine. Which page is it in? Third page. Machine account is in the third page. Then third page. Date is first of second. Right. Understood all of you? Lamai? Understood? කොහොනේ කතා කරන්නකෝ. තේරුණාද?
Yes, sir.
Right. මේකත් දාගන්න ඕම. ඊළඟට මේක කරන්න. Obtained a bank loan. 90,000. Make obtain the bank loan 90,000. Bangkaran. Viනාඩි දෙකක් දෙන්න. අනිත් පුතාලා ඉවරයිද? කියන බාන ඉවරයිද? කොහොමද කරන්නේ? කොහොමද කරන්නේ? obtain a bank loan. කොහොමද එන්නේ when you obtain a bank loan? When you obtain a bank loan, whatever cash asset increases 90,000 as cash. Obtain a loan from external party, then liability increases 90,000 as bank loan. Right. Then let's write the dual impact. What is the dual impact here? Cash, this one, cash asset increases 90,000. Increases 90,000 debit. Right. Then bank loan liability increases 90,000. Bank loan liability increases 90,000. Assets increases, you know, debit. Liability increases, you know, credit. Right? We need two accounts. First one is cash, then bank loan. Right? Then let's say cash. One account for cash. Cash is an asset. Another account for bank loan. Bank loan is a liability. Assets increases debit, and then debit side is here 90,000. Exchange the name of the account, bank loan. Let's say kind of fourth. Okay. Abhi bank loan account is in the 9th page. This one is in the 6th page. Then ledger folio is 9. Then bank loan credit. Credit on this side 90,000. Exchange the name, cash 14. Page is 6. What is meaning of this? Cash debit means cash increases. How cash increases? Because of bank loan. It means cash increases because of bank loan means we obtain a bank loan. Bank loan liability credit means bank loan liability credit means increases. How it increases? We have obtained the in cash. Right? Understood all of you? පැහැදිලිද ළමයි? දාගන්න මේක. Right. Now I think you have an idea about dual impact of transaction as well as double entry system. Right. Now I'm going to give you some transactions. Right. Let's do these transactions with me one by one. Right. Then like we did before, එක page එකක් ගන්න වෙනම to write down transaction. Take one page to write transactions. Right? A page of transactions likewise an accounting equation. No, take that page for transactions. Right? Take that page for transaction. Transaction page again. Right? පුතාලා පැහැදිලිද වැඩි තේරුණාද? right? Okay. First one, ලියාගන්න පළවෙනි එක ලියාගන්න. Rusiru started a business. Rusiru started a business. Rusiru started a business. Rusiru started a business. Investing cash 100,000. Motor vehicle worth 60,000. Furniture worth 40,000 to the business. Yeah. Rusiru started a business with investing. Rusiru started a business investing cash 100,000, motor vehicle 60,000, furniture 40,000. Right. Now I have to tell you something. Right. So පළවෙනි එක කරමු ඉක්මන් කරනවා පළවෙනි එක කරමු. We need an take the cash account එක ගන්න lines අපි ගමු cash account එකට lines 6ක් ගමු. lines 6 පේලි 6ක cash book එකක් ගන්න. cash book එක cash book එකක් දාලා create කරන්න. Higher gun, right? Very higher cash book cash. ගන්න යාළුවෝ කැපිටල් account එකනේ. කැපිටල් එකේ ගන්න line 4ක් කැපිටල් account එකට. කැපිටල් account එක ගන්න lines 4ක්. හදාගෙන යන්න. අනිත් accounts වලට right? කරගෙන යන්න. ඉක්මන් කරන්න. විනාඩි 2-3ක් දෙන්න right මේ ටික හදන්න. cash book එකට 6 lines page 6ක් ගන්න පල්ලෙහාට. capital එකට page 4ක් ගන්න. අනිත් ඒවට account දෙකක් එනවනේ. right? ඒකට දෙක තිබ්බනම් ඇති. හරි කළා හදන්න ඉක්මන් කරන්න. වම් පැත්ත left side එක page එකක් තියාගන්න for transactions, one page for transactions, other pages for accounts. ඉක්මන් කරන්න. හරිද ළමයි මොකද අත්තේ? බලමුද? Right, first one, cash invested 100,000. Again, cash in the business increasing. Increase can order that. What increasing? Cash is an asset. Assets increasing. Debit. Then capital also increasing. Capital is an equity. Equity increasing. Credit. You know, over there, 100,000. Exchange the name in the cash account. Debit now. Capital 100,000. We need another account for capital. Then this is capital. Capital increase in credit. Credit is this side. 100,000. Exchange the names as cash. Right. Name of the right. Next one. Invested motor vehicle 60,000. Then we need another account. What type of motor vehicle is increasing? Motor vehicle is an asset. Asset increasing debit. And we invested, who gave this? Owner. Then owner share increase. Owner share means capital. Capital increasing. Capital is an equity. Equity account. Credit. So here, this one is a capital account. And this one also a capital account. So both are the same account. So we don't need to make a capital account for each transaction. If there is a capital account, then we can use that account for all the capital related transactions, right? And for cash also, all the other accounts also same, right? If there is another cash related transaction, then we can record it under this one account, right? We can't maintain two accounts for one element, two or more accounts for one element. There must be only one account for one element. Cash now, all the cash related transactions we record in the cash account. Not only, not more than one account, right? For as an example, for let's say there are 4 cash transactions, then we don't need to prepare 4 cash accounts for that transactions. One cash account is enough for record all the cash related transactions, right? On the step by step on right? So here we have another capital account, so we don't need to prepare another capital account. But here there's no motor vehicle account, then we have to prepare a motor vehicle account. Then motor vehicle account. Motor vehicle account debit. How much? 60,000. Debit. Left side debit 60,000. Exchange the name as capital. And the capital account credit 60,000. Exchange the name as motor vehicle. Motor vehicle. The next one, invested furniture 40,000. When we invest furniture, the furniture in the business increasing. Furniture is an asset. Assets increasing. Debit. Then in owner invested this, so capital also increasing. Capital is an equity account. Equity increasing. Credit. Then we have already a capital account, so no need to prepare another capital account anymore because we have already, so we can use it. So, but there's no furniture account. We have to prepare a furniture account for this. Furniture. Furniture account debit. How much? 40,000 will debit. Left side 40,000. Exchange the names as capital. Then capital account credit. Okay, credit 40,000. Exchange the name as furniture. What does that mean? Furniture account debit means furniture increased. How? Who gave away the furniture to the business? Oh, in the description we can see as capital. It means owner invested furniture to the business. Motor vehicle debit. It means motor vehicle increase to the business. How? In the description we can see capital. Capital means owner invested motor vehicle to the business. Capital account credit. Capital credit means capital is an equity increasing credit. Capital increased. First one, 100,000. Which capital increase in 100,000? In the description we can see cash. Cash capital increase 100,000. The second one, also capital credit. It means capital increasing. Which capital increase? The second time, motor vehicle capital. Third time, also capital account credit 40,000. Which capital? In the description we can see furniture capital increasing 40,000. This is how we identify the transaction using the accounts. Understood all of you? Ramai? Understood? Johansi? Understood?
Sir?
Right. Aaron? Understood, Puta?
Yes, sir.
Aaron? Understood? Right. Okay, like this. Then you know now we don't need to prepare 2-3 accounts for one element. We can use the same account for record all the same elements. Okay, this one. Obtain a bank loan. Bank loan 120,000. Electricity charges. Electricity charges 5,000. करो right? How we can obtain bank loan? When we obtain a bank loan, what happens? When you obtain a bank loan, cash receive means cash increasing, cash is an asset, assets increasing, then bank obtain a bank loan is bank loan also increasing. Bank loan is a liability, liability increasing, credit. We need two accounts, one for cash, one for bank loans. You already have a cash account, so no need to prepare a cash account anymore. We don't have a bank loan account, so we have to prepare a bank loan account. Bank loan. Right. Then cash account debit. Okay. 112,000, 20,000, debit side 120,000. Exchange the name, bank loan. Bank loan account credit 120,000. Exchange the name as cash. Right, that's it. So cash account debit, it means cash increased. How cash increased? In the description we can see as bank loan. It means cash increased because of a bank loan. It means we have obtained a bank loan worth 120,000. This is how we read the transaction with using the account. Next one, electricity 5,000. When we pay electricity, cash decreases. Cash is an asset, asset decreasing, credit. Then electricity. Electricity expense. Electricity is an expense. Electricity expense increased. Electricity expense increase, debit. In accounting equation, we record like this. Asset decreasing 5,000 cash. It is an expense. All the expenses, what we do for expenses are we decrease from the equity. Electricity but here scenario is different. With all the expenses, what we did was we decreased from equity. But here it is an expense. What happened when we pay an expense? What happened to that expense? It increased. Electricity increases. Electricity is an expense account. It is increases, right? So we need two accounts, cash and electricity. You already have a cash account, so no need to prepare a cash account anymore. Then we have to prepare an electricity account. Electricity. Electricity account debit. Then how much? 5,000. Okay. As I see the name cash. Cash account credit. This side 5,000. Exchange the name as electricity. Right. And now we can see cash account credit. It means cash decreased. For what cash decreased? Because of electricity. We have paid electricity. That's why cash decreased. Here electricity account debit. It means electricity is an expense. Expense increasing, debit. Electricity expense increased. That's why we recorded this in debit. In the description, cash. Okay, we have paid in cash that. We have paid that electricity expense in cash. 5,000. Understood all of you? Putala? Right. So message දාගෙන කට්ටිය මේ වෙනකන් කරපු ටික සෙද්ද වැඩේ ඕකේද? තේරුණාද? ළමයි? තේරුණාද? message එකක් දාගෙන යන්න. කතා කරමුකෝ ළමයි. නැත්තම් ටික කම්මැලි වගේ. right. message එකක් හරි දාමු. හරි එතකොට දැන් මට පොඩ්ඩක් ගෝ එකක් තියෙනවනේ. right. හ්ම්. right. තේරුණාද? අනිත් අය කියන්න බලන්න. message එකක් දාන්න නැත්නම් කතා කරලා කියන්න. understood? Aaron understood? තේරුණාද? යවන්සි Santush understood? Vishni?
Yes, sir.
Right, good. Others? Aaron, Yohansi?
Yes, sir.
Good. Vishni? Hari, so today we started the sixth lesson, right? And we did a small discussion, a discussion, right? Right. So last week we couldn't conduct the class because of Vesak. Vesak class as well as we have Poson also coming. Poson tapde no. Poson tenne agaru agat. ඒ නිසා එදාටත් ක්ලාස් එක කරන්න වෙන්නේ නැහැ නේ. So I decided to do so can you join me an extra class on 1st of June Sunday June 1 වෙනිදා ඉරිදා උදේට ඔයාලට පුළුවන්ද can you join me an extra class ඉරිදා උදේ are you okay like 8 to 11 වගේ පුළුවන්ද බෑ බැරි කවුරු හරි ඉන්නවද බැරි තව කවුරු හරි ඉන්නවද බැරි එහෙනම් Sunday evening කියන්නේ like 3 වගේ පස්සේ පුළුවන්ද after 3 to 6 7 වගේ පුළුවන්ද බැරි කවුරු හරි ඉන්නවද 3 to 6 බැරි කවුරු හරි ඉන්නවද නෑ නේ 3 to 6 පුළුවන් නේ right මම දැන් poll එකක් දාන්න මේ group එකට right ඒක WhatsApp group එකට poll එකක් දාන්න චුට්ටක් හැමෝම confirm කරන්න right 3 to 6 කාලට එහෙනම් 3 to 6 කාලට නම් 6 to 9 6:30 to 9:30 වගේ පුළුවන් 6:30 9:30 6:30 to 9:30 පුළුවන් පුළුවන් බැරි කවුරු නෝද 6:30 9:30 9:30 කියන්නේ 10 විතර වෙනකන් යයි හොඳේ හරි බැරි කවුරුත් නැහැනේ 6:30 9:30 6:30 10 කියලා ගන්නකො මම June 1st Sunday හරි ජූනි 1 වෙනිදා ඉරිදා මම 6:00 9 10 confirm right confirm කරනවා අවුලක් නැහැනේ right එහෙනම් confirm කරනවා right හරි අද එනම් පුතේ චුට්ටක් අපි පටන් ගත්තා වුණා having lesson එක right having lesson එක පටන් ගන්නගෙන කරගෙන යනවා ඔයාලා අවශ්‍යයි ඔයාලට මේ කාලේ මුලින්ම explain කරනවා right තේරුණාද කවුරු හරි ඉන්නවනම් මට චුට්ටක් කියන්න මෙහෙම please I explain කරන්න ඕනේ නැද්ද කියලා දැන් මට දැනගන්න ඕනේ ලබන්සෙන් මට මේක continue කරන්න පුළුවන් ඔයාලට තේරුණා නම් I can continue if not I can repeat this again that's why තේරුණාද කවුරු හරි ඉන්නවනම් කියන්න මෙන්න මේක තේරුණා මේකට කියන්න අවුලක් නෑ message එකක් දාන්න අවුලක් නෑ නේ මෙහෙම තාම කියන්නේ තේරුණු බවයි එහෙමයි නේ right හරි හරි පුතාලා එහෙනම් ආයි අපිට තියෙන්නේ 27 එහෙනම් 27ත් ක්ලාස් එක තියෙනවා. ඊට පස්සේ ආයි ජූනි පළවෙනිදා ක්ලාස් එක තියෙනවා right? තේරුණා. අන්තිමට දැක්කම තේරුන්නේ නැහැ වගේ කියලා තියෙනවා right? තේරුම් නැත්නම් කියන්න හරි මම ආයි කියලා දෙනවා right? හරි එතකොට එහෙනම් අපි එහෙම කරමු right? අපි next week උත් ආයෙ කරලා ජූන් 1st උත් අපි extra class එකක් කරමු right? හරි එහෙනම් අද නැති මොකද අලුත් lesson එකක් කරා වැඩිපුර කරා ඊයේ class එකට වැඩි කරා unfortunately yesterday recording was missing right? Doesn't matter the record we have okay then පුතාලා ලකුණු හම්බුනොත් ලකුණු ටික මට message එකක් දාන්න හම්බුනේද දුන්නේ නැති කට්ටිය right? එහෙනම් see you next week then good night have a nice day all of you
Thank you, sir.
you're welcome sir